Hey guys, welcome to Lorley's Plastic Kitchen. I'm Lorley, so come on in. Hey guys, welcome to Lorley's Plastic Kitchen. And today we're in for a treat because we're going to be making my mom's famous chili rellenos, and she's here with me. This is my mother. Hello. She's camera shy. Anyways, she's gonna be in here with me and we're gonna make these yummy rellenos. So right now I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna need right now. So here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need, I have 12 New Mexico chilies. If you prefer pasillas or Anaheim, just depending on what you like, you can also use that. But I like using the New Mexico hatch chilies. And I have 12 in here, and this is for the recipe. And my mom always used a 1-on-1 ratio, 1 egg per relleno. Okay, and you're also gonna need some flour, and I'll show you why. And then some Monterey Jack, like I said, whatever you prefer, what kind of cheese. She's always used this kind of cheese, so that's what I'm gonna use. And then some oil to fry it in. You can use oils of preference. I would advise you not to use like a olive oil or a coconut oil because it is going to give it a different flavor, but avocado oil is great. It doesn't have like a certain like aftertaste or flavor, but you can also use canola, just different oils, but just don't use olive oil or coconut oil. And then now what I'm going to do is roast these chilies, because you want that roasted flavor on your rellenos, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. Okay, this is how you're going to want to roast them. I'm going to take my chili and I'm going to put them, I already preheated a hot griddle, and I'm going to place them all on there. And you want to make sure you get the char flavoring, and I'll show you exactly how it's going to look just to get that char on your chili. And what it does also is when you're cooking it, it makes the chili like soft, and it gives it that like soft flavor and texture. So I'm going to finish roasting these and I'll see you back when I get that char. You guys hear that popping? You can hear the popping of the chili. That always reminds me of when I was small and my dad would cook chili, and you could just hear the popping of the chili all the time, and the fragrance in your house and the aroma is a great smell. You'll never forget that smell. So we're going to continue to take care of these chilies, and I'll show you when I flip them. Okay, now that we finished roasting these chilies, this is the color that you're gonna want them. See how they changed from like a bright green to kind of like a darker green, and the char on them. And now I'm gonna place all of them in a bowl. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put like a film saran wrap over it so it can moisten and soften the chili. That way it's easier to peel. And then once I take all of these out and put it on, I'll show you how I'm going to peel it off as well. Now you're going to take the saran wrap, and you want to make sure it's like airtight. So you're going to take the saran wrap and place it over each side that there's no opening. See how there's an opening right here? You don't want that because you want the steam to stay in. So I'm going to place another piece on this side. If the saran wrap stops wrestling with me. And then cut it and then seal it. And you just let it sit for about like 10 minutes. And then once 10 minutes is up, I'll show you and peel it apart and pull it apart for you. All right, now we're back and I'm ready to tackle these chilies. I had to put some gloves on because my fingers were burning from earlier cutting these chilies. So now this has been about 10 minutes. When you're gonna take your chili, you see how now the skin is pretty easy to remove. And you're just gonna wanna peel the outside of it because you don't wanna get that cáscara, which is like the skin or the chewy part, because then you're gonna be like, ew, spitting it out. But so I make sure that I get all of that good. And underneath, I don't know if you can see that, but the flesh, it's smoother, and then the skin just comes right off, just like that. And now I'm gonna finish peeling the rest of them, and then I'm gonna show you the next step that I'm gonna do. And while I'm doing that, my mom is cutting some cheese up here. And this is how you're gonna wanna cut your cheese in chunks. And then, what are you gonna do afterwards, Mom? Half of the chunks. And then you're gonna dice them in chunks. And so we're gonna continue doing this, and while we do this, we'll show you what happens. Okay, and one thing I forgot to mention is you're gonna wanna take these seeds out. See these seeds? I mean, you can leave them in, but you don't want to leave them in because then you're gonna get the bits and pieces of that. So just pull them out. I like to leave the little stem on here just because it looks prettier when you fry the relleno. So I'm gonna continue doing that and taking the seeds out, and I'll show you that. Now that we got the chilies all peeled and the seed, most of the seeds taken out, I mean, you can't get every single seed. It's never going to be perfect like that, but this is how they're going to look. And then now my mom, she's dredging it in the flour. And a lot of people don't do it this way, but we like to do it this way because what happens is when you flour it, your egg is not going to slide off of it, and it's going to keep the form of your egg. So that's why we usually put it with flour and then put the piece of cheese. You want to show them, Mom? So you're going to do that. This is the lady that owned the restaurant. El Macarios. We're going to continue flouring these, and then after this we're going to show you how to whip the eggs. And I'm going to use my mixer, but you can also use like a hand mixer for it, but I'm just going to use my KitchenAid mixer that my lovely son got me for Mother's Day. My lovely son and husband. So I'll do that, and when we come back, I'll show you what we're going to do. Now this is how you want your chilies to look when they're done. See how they're all floured with the cheese, and my mom's over here trying to give Carlitos, the cameraman, a piece of cheese behind the scenes. And now I'm gonna separate the egg whites from the yolks. Now they do have egg white separators, but I've always done it this way. Have you always done it? Old school. My mom said old school. Okay, now you're gonna crack your egg, and then you're gonna go back and forth with the egg yolk, and it takes out pretty much of the egg white. This is the old school way. They have egg white separators, but hey, I just do it like this. And I'm going to continue doing this, and you might want to have a garbage bowl when you do this. Again, back and forth, just like that. And get out most of the egg white. Yes, the egg white, sorry. And then you dump your egg yolks into a separate bowl. Now you're still going to use the egg yolks, but you're just not going to use it in the beginning. Now once I finish separating the egg whites from the yolks, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now that you got your egg whites separated from your egg yolks, you want to have a pan with oil in it, and you want to get that warm, nice and hot, because while it's heating up, we're going to come over here, and like I said, I'm going to use my KitchenAid. But if you don't have a KitchenAid, like I said, just use a hand mixer or anything you have. My mom actually used to use and whip it up with her hand, a hand beater per order. So just use what you have in the kitchen. Now we're gonna whip this baby up. Decided to bump it up because I didn't want to sit here all day because it's a pretty hot day outside, so I didn't want to melt and roast in here. So we bumped it up to the pan. This is good. I'm gonna add the flour, and it's probably gonna be like a couple of tablespoons of flour that you're gonna add. And I'm gonna add actually about 3 tablespoons of flour to the mixture, and the yolks at this point as well. And then you're just gonna want to give it a quick mix. And then you're done with this. You're gonna finish the rest of the relleno. Now I'm gonna put my bowl under here so it won't drip everywhere. We're gonna take it over here. And now that our pan is nice and hot, is it nice and hot? You're gonna dredge it, and then you're gonna put it into the mixture just like that. My mom's showing you how it's done. Why she is camera shy on camera, I have no idea. But she likes to talk on the phone all day. You're going to want to put 3 in a pan because you want room for when you flip it. And once it's ready, you can tell it gets a little crispy on the bottom, and then you're going to want to flip it. See how nice and fluffy they are? And they come out. And after that, you're going to have a pan. We have a pan on the side with paper towels, just so it can soak up all the grease and you don't have like so much grease on your pan or on the relleno. So we're going to continue frying these, and we're going to get them all done and yummy delicious. We're back now, and here's the finished product. And I plated it because I'm going to have my lovely cameraman eat it since he was so patient with his Mother's Day. Cammy, what you think? I made beans and rice for the side. And like I said, if you want the recipe to the sauce that I made over it, go ahead and we'll link it down below in the description box.
You gotta give this a try. It's phenomenal. Can't really explain it. You gotta taste it for yourself, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Lori's Classic Kitchen for more of these recipes. I'll be seeing you soon. God bless you. Bye.
Bye.